Um, in my feeling, you made with Solid Ground a different album than your other recordings, with different styles of blues music. Put some stank on it, is a rocking blues, searching the desert for the blues, a bit swamp blues.
Right.
What style of blues do you like the most?
I like it all. I like all styles of blues. I don't think there's one style that I like more than the other. I think blues is it's a very wide tent. You know, there's many different ways you can do it, but it's all, you know, it's all based on the same thing, you know, and I think, I love it all, you know. I love Delta blues, I love Chicago blues. I'm probably lean towards Chicago blues more. I love Chicago blues because that's what got me into blues was
Yeah.
Muddy Waters. And that's listening to Muddy Waters and Howlin' Wolf for the first time is what really got me into blues. So I really like Chicago blues a lot.
It's good music too. Yeah.
And there's great, but I like blues rock too. You know, there's a lot of great blues rock players too. I think it's all that, you know, I think we should just all call it blues, you know.
Yeah.
It's all blues, you know.
No.
This, that, yeah. I like, you know.
Yeah. But
Because I played with, you know, a lot of people say I'm blues rock, and that's fine. But you know, I toured with Junior Wells, and I played with Hubert Sumlin and Otis Clay, and I played with lots of old blues guys. So I could play, you know, any style. So I don't like being classified in one thing, you know. I'm just a blues player, you know.
Yeah, Solid Ground is not a blues rock album. It's different styles.
There's lots of different styles,
it's not
very
a blues
different.
rock album.
Well, it should be. Everybody should make a record like that. I think if you just sound the same, everything sounds the same. I think it makes things very boring. I like. I have friends of mine that record that make records that, like very similar to the way I made Solid Ground, and that's why I like them because everything is different, you know. And that's how I want to try to make my records like that.
So in a good way.
Yeah.
Your mother is from Cuba. Your father
yeah.
is from Italy.
Well, he's from New York, but
Yeah.
he's in New York Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm Italian American.
You play on the album an instrumental song, Little Havana Blues. Is
Uh-huh.
this song for your mother or? Is
You know,
Cuban blood?
Well, I was thinking about Miami when I wrote the song. Actually, I was watching a baseball game, and it was the local team, the Miami team was playing, and I started thinking about Miami, and I started, you know, thinking about Latin. I started thinking about Latin grooves while I was watching TV. You know, that's how sometimes you're able to write songs just by watching TV. Sometimes things come up, and so I was watching the baseball game, and it was in Miami, and you could see the palm trees in the background, and I felt a Latin feel to it, and Miami's a very Latin city, and it's one of the most Latin American cities in the United States. It has a very mix of Cuban and Puerto Rican and Venezuelan and South American and Haitian. There's Haitian and Caribbean influence as well. So that's the way I was feeling when I wrote the song, and I kept it. And I wanted to call it Little Havana Blues, I guess, because I guess my mother had something to do with it, probably, you know. I love my mother, and I love who I am, and being, and there, you know, there's Cuban blood that runs through my veins, and so I think that was a song for, you know, for my people, you know.
Yeah.